Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to this information webinar for about why AIT is the best. Just before starting, there's one disclaimer that this webinar is being organized in my personal capacity. मैंने जो है Asian Institute of Technology से अपनी मास्टर्स की थी back in 2021. So I'm doing it in that capacity. Please let me. So just before I start, this is open to all the questions in between the meeting and at the end of the meeting as well. So किसी को अगर कोई भी सवाल हो तो वो पूछ सकता है. Before I start, this is just an outline of what things are we going to discuss. So we are going to discuss the quality of education in AIT and the quality of life in Thailand. Little more information about the country, what should be the reasons to apply, and the study options. Yani ke we'll also discuss masters, PhD, online masters, 1 year masters, 2 year masters, किस programs के options हैं, and then कौन-कौन से academic programs हैं, and finally we'll talk about visa, campus life, कितना खर्चा आ सकता है, and then finally we'll end up with questions and research. So सबसे पहले education and life quality is about the AIT, which matters a lot. AIT is different and special because AIT एक ऐसी जगह है जिसकी boundary के अंदर आपको अपने daily requirements, daily essentials से लेकर अपनी education essentials से लेकर आपके सारी जो ज़रूरतें हैं that can be fulfilled. And AIT के अंदर, speaking of quality of education, world class जो है reputed professors होते हैं, and they have world class labs. And one more important thing which makes it AIT more special is that कि उनके जितने भी research related topics हैं या फिर जितने भी academic programs हैं even, they are very focused from an Asian mindset. The difference is अगर आप US में पढ़ते हो, UK में पढ़ते हो, all the problems and all the challenges जो वहाँ पे discuss हो रहे हैं या फिर consideration है, they are very waste, मतलब अपने जो West है, global West, उसके basis पे है. They're not considering Asian problems. तो अगर आप उन countries में, for example, आप पाकिस्तान में फैकल्टी हैं और आपको या फिर you're looking forward to always going back to Pakistan and serve to Pakistan और आप US या UK में पढ़ते हो, you can always get the skills, लेकिन आप उस mindset से आपकी training नहीं होती है, you are not trained for Asian related problems. Since it's a meeting, please जब तक आपके कोई सवाल नहीं है या फिर आपको बात नहीं करनी तो please अपना mic mute पे रखिए. Okay, so ये जो एशियन माइंडसेट वाला कॉन्सेप्ट है जो कि AIT के हर प्रोग्राम में और AIT के हर रिसर्च से रिफ्लेक्ट होता है, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड की कि क्यों हमें वहाँ पे एटलीस्ट किसी एक प्रोग्राम के लिए जाना चाहिए. So AIT offers a range of master's program. We'll go forward to that, but this was one of the reasons I would recommend. उसके अलावा वहाँ पे yes, Nuruddha, if you have raised your hand, you can ask a question. If not, we'll move on. उसके अलावा things are very much practical. आपका भले मास्टर्स हो रहा हो या फिर PhD हो रही हो, वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छी labs हैं और बहुत अच्छी fundings होती हैं. We'll come and talk forward about the scholarships. So there's a lot. Just the fact that this is an Thailand-based country does university doesn't make it any less any lesser. So it is still a very, very good university. So the next thing is about the country. Coming from Pakistan, because mostly audiences from Pakistan at the minute, Thailand is not very, very different in terms of culture, in terms of food, and even the weather and atmosphere. So it won't be a very big change for you अगर आप पाकिस्तान से Thailand जाओगे. Even उनकी जो national dish है या उनका जो favorite food है, that is also mango and rice. So and people are really nice as well. So if you are transitioning from Pakistan, so maybe Thailand is a very suitable place uh, to begin with. इतना ज़्यादा change भी नहीं आएगा. And then on top of everything, it's a very beautiful country. और ये एक बहुत बड़ा मुल्क है जिसमें आप of course and there are so many opportunities as well. There are many headquarters of bigger institutes such as World Bank and ADB and stuff जो कि आपकी future potential in towards your career and job को भी जो है वहाँ पे secure करता है. Talking about job security, जितने भी लोगों को I know personally, like in my past experience or even जो लोग मेरे साथ वहाँ पे थे, they are in a much better position now. Like after graduating from AIT, they are in much better position. So just one clarification here that AIT के अंदर जो है सिर्फ masters और PhD के programs होते हैं. They don't have the bachelor's program. So I hope nobody here is looking forward to admission in a bachelor's program, which makes it even more special कि ये क्योंकि वहाँ पे it's a very limited space. It's not like कोई 20,000 students वाली university जहाँ पे undergrad के students भी like का rush लगा होता है. It's a very limited capacity. 2 से 4 हजार students हैं and they're all very focused on their research. So AIT के बिल्कुल सामने एक और यूनिवर्सिटी है जहाँ पे 20s and thousands के अंदर तादाद में students हैं. So if you want to have that flavor, वो university बिल्कुल सामने है. And that's a very different university. And that university also has good opportunities, especially for engineering. Well, that's even a bigger university. जो कि AIT के बिल्कुल road cross करके सामने. So that's about the country. Moving on. Okay, reasons to apply. सबसे पहला और सबसे बड़ा जो reason है to why you should apply to AIT is that it's very easy to apply. You don't need any complicated documents. So especially for masters, what you need is you just have to fill the 2 pages. From 2 pages, I mean 2 like browser pages application, and it's very simple. You just have to put in your contact information, bachelor's kya tha, why do you want to choose a program, and you can submit your application. You don't even need the recommendation letters or anything. We'll talk about English language requirements. So that would be one of the requirements. लेकिन English language सिर्फ उस situation में required है for AIT when you want to get a scholarship, which of course everyone wants. लेकिन अगर आप scholarship के बगैर AIT में जा सकते हो, which is very much reasonable and affordable, you don't even need the English language. You don't need recommendation letters. There's no complicated documents required for AIT. अगर आपको थोड़ी सी क्लैरिटी है कि आपको किस प्रोग्राम के लिए अप्लाई करना है AIT, I would say कि it takes about less than 15 minutes to submit your application for AIT. It's very easy to apply for AIT. लेकिन you have to be, of course, very clear. You can watch other videos of mine where I've talked about step 0. Step 0 is when you need to have all the documents ready. And because, for example, अगर आप application submit करने बैठे हो, you don't have the degree and CV, so I don't think you need a CV for this one, but like at least degree, yes. Reason number 2 is in AIT there are diverse study options. Your 1-year masters, your 2 years masters, 2 years research masters, 2 year. There are flexible options. There's so many different study options, and there are even programs to exchange programs के साथ आते हैं. For example, you do half of your study in Thailand AIT, and you do half of your studies in Europe and anywhere else. So there's so many different options. In this figure, आपको जो नजर आ रहा है, that's Asian map. This is the second time I'm reflecting and highlighting. This is also one of the reasons to मैंने यहाँ पे mention किया. That's because for me it was very important and it was very like maybe new to me as well, just to be thinking as a researcher when I was in AIT. Before that, okay, as a Pakistani, तो हम अपनी research को मैं देखती थी कि as a Pakistan, कितना, for example, my background is in energy systems, तो मैं renewable energy का सारा देखती थी. लेकिन I never tried to think from an Asian perspective, जो कि मुझे सिर्फ AIT में जाने के बाद realize हुआ, and it is very important. So because Asia, from geographical perspective, is very important. It's very important from cultural perspective. It's very important from climate change perspective. So हमारे मसले मसाइल are very different from the global West, and हमारे जो solutions के तरीके हैं that are also going to be different, very different from West. So West की जो methodologies हैं to solve any kind of problem, वो हमारे लिए applicable नहीं. So it's important for me कि अगर हम उसी context में पढ़ाई करते हैं. The reason number 3 was secure career. So like I said कि जब आप AIT में पढ़ोगे, because it's a very well reputed institution, या तो आप वहीं पे आपको ऑफर मिल सकती है, वहीं पे का मतलब है inside the AIT जो सामने वाली यूनिवर्सिटी वहाँ पे, या फिर थाईलैंड में कहीं पे भी. थाईलैंड में there are US ranking top 100, many top 100 universities. So वहाँ पे आपको कुछ ना कुछ prospectus हो सकता है, या फिर moving on. For example, I got my PhD opportunity for Ireland when I was in AIT, and I came straight from there. So this is just one of the examples, but this is common for all. So it's easy. It's so you have so many options. You get a secure career, and you get to focus on Asian identity, which is if it's important for you. So I've been talking about study options. So there's master's degree, doctor, open masters का मतलब है कि आप engineering or science interdisciplinary field में कर सकते हो. You can do a minor in entrepreneurship. There's a flexible option. Flexible से मतलब है कि आप online कर सकते हो. You can like travel once or twice between Pakistan and Thailand. इसी के अंदर Erasmus programs आ जाते हैं. Joint degree यानी कि as I said कि exchanges होते हैं. Dual degree यानी कि आप 2 multiple disciplines में कर सकते हो. Professional master's program यानी कि masters के बाद MBA or executive MBA type programs आप कर सकते हो. There are certificate programs as well, and then there are flexible PhD programs, and then there's 1-year master's program. मैंने personally जो AIT से किया था, that was a 1-year master's program, and that was in marine plastics abatement, and that was scholarship from Japanese government, and that was fully funded. So they paid for my ticket, my visa, my insurance, my accommodation, everything, and they also provided the stipend as well. In terms of scholarships, we'll cover this scholarship discussion after we talk about the programs. So AIT के अंदर बहुत सारे interesting किस्म के programs. And now, in terms of programs, this is one catch here, that AIT के जो programs say they are for everyone and not for everyone as well, because they are very focused. Like I said, for example, मेरा जो program था marine plastics abatement, that was addressing one particular issue in the Asian context. It's not a very broad program, and not everybody is eligible to apply for marine plastic program. How did I end up from my energy background? That was my interest in the Yep. So the programs are very, like, for example, अभी हम screen पे जो programs देख रहे हैं, transportation engineering, urban innovation, water engineering, और यहाँ पर अभी आप इस वक्त screen पे जो programs देख रहे हैं, they're very focused, especially वहाँ पे agriculture related programs हैं, food engineering related programs हैं. उनका जो business school है, especially for MBA and executive MBA, it's very well reputed, and उसमें तो scholarships बहुत competitive होती हैं. So you can have a look. मैंने कोशिश की है कि मैं screen पे सारे programs मेंशन कर सकूं so that आप देख सकें and you can find um, relevant programs. The other thing is that कि अगर आपका like 100% match नहीं करता, it could be like, for example, I came from an engineering background, but then अगर screen पे मैं इस वक्त देखूं, तो climate change and sustainable development can be one of the programs I am very interested to do my master's in. तो आप प्रोग्राम एक ब्रॉडर चूज कर सकते हैं एंड देन जो आप अपनी रिसर्च चूज करते हैं वहां पे दैट कुड बी वेरी रेलिवेंट टू योर वर्क. फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने क्लासेस के अंदर पाकिस्तान की केस स्टडी उठाई थी अगेन बिकॉज आई वांटेड टू वर्क फ्रॉम फॉर पाकिस्तान जो कि मुझे आगे काम आता. सो दैट्स अप टू यू. So in terms of scholarship, actually AIT के जो scholarships हैं, that's not straightforward. There, it's not like कि आपने किसी भी एक program में apply किया and then you just get the scholarship automatically. That doesn't work that way. AIT के अंदर there are so many different kind of scholarships. Yeah. So for example, अभी आप screen पे जो देख रहे हैं, that AIT scholarship for Malaysia, for example, LMS Association for Hong Kong, and so on and so on. और हर scholarship की जो criteria है, हर scholarship की जो deadline है, that's going to be different. For example, my one was from, as I mentioned, that was from government of Japan. So that was उसकी अपनी एक advertisement थी, अपनी performance थी, अपनी डेडलाइन थी. तो यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल ऑफ दैट. तो पहले आपने अगर प्रोग्राम चूज कर लिया कि कौन से प्रोग्राम में फॉर एग्जांपल आपको करनी है, एंड देन यू हैव टू आल्सो कीप एन आई ऑन द स्कॉलरशिप्स कि कौन सी स्कॉलरशिप. फॉर एग्जांपल अभी आप देख सकते हैं दीज आर वेरी ओल्ड, लाइक क्योंकि अभी इस साल के जो एडमिशन हो चुके हैं, you have to keep an eye open for scholarships as well, and that's very different and independent of the admission procedure. In some cases ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आपने सिर्फ एडमिशन के लिए एडमिशन के लिए अप्लाई किया है, and that you automatically get the scholarship. लेकिन उसके लिए या तो दो सिचुएशंस हैं. या तो आपके पास एक बहुत ही अच्छे ब्रांड्स वाला आइल्स होना चाहिए, या फिर अगर आपके पास आइल्स नहीं है तो आपको AIT का इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज एग्जाम देना होगा. अगर आपने इन दोनों चीजों के बगैर अप्लाई कर दिया, you will get the scholarship only in one condition. अगर आपका प्रोफाइल बहुत ही कोई extraordinary है. It means you have maybe more research publications, or you are maybe more senior with experience or something like that. Otherwise, it wouldn't be straightforward to get a scholarship अगर आपने scholarship के लिए direct aim नहीं किया, and then you don't have IELTS or AIT English language exam. Speaking of visa situation, so currently अगर आप global west में कहीं पे apply करते हैं, for example America, या फिर Schengen countries, visa situation is very complicated, especially if you come from Pakistan. Well, visa तो बात की बात है, आजकल passport ही थोड़ा issue है. So it's expensive, it's complicated, the wait period is very long, but for Thailand, 5,000 की इसकी फीस होती है और 8-10,000 की इंश्योरेंस लेनी पड़ती है, and you get the visa within like 1 week. So, and like you definitely get the visa, and there's like आपको कोई अपॉइंटमेंट की कोई बड़ी लिस्ट नहीं, कोई बड़ी कोई वेट लिस्ट नहीं है. You just go for it within you get the appointment within 1 week, and you get the visa within 1 week. And it's like 5,000-6,000 की फीस थी. When I applied, 8-10,000 की आपको इंश्योरेंस लेनी पड़ेगी, which you will get back if it's part of your scholarship. And then the tickets are also cheaper. When I was there, unfortunately, I was there during COVID. Otherwise, it was possible and very convenient to travel between Thailand and Pakistan. If COVID was not the situation. एक और glitch है, छोटा सा. I've been talking about AIT English language exam. So अगर आपके पास IELTS नहीं है, तो unfortunately AIT doesn't accept Duolingo, जो उनकी वेबसाइट पे लिखा हुआ है, आप पढ़ सकते हैं. सो सिर्फ 8,000 रुपए का 8,000 रुपए PKR पाकिस्तानी रुपीज का उनका अपना इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज एग्जाम होता है जो कि 1 घंटे का एग्जाम होता है एंड यू जस्ट हैव टू राइट वन सिंपल essay. So this is like 8,000 रुपए instead of IELTS अगर आपको देने का मिलता है तो that's nothing and this is just one essay, no complicated speaking or listening anything. It's just one essay exam. It's much easier. Or depending upon the score in this exam, you can get a scholarship. And the second thing is कि AIT के जो application जब आप submit करते हो, you can still submit without paying the 7,000 fee, which is 800 baht. लेकिन आपकी application at least या तो process नहीं होगी या तो फिर it won't lead for application for scholarship जब तक आप उनकी fees pay नहीं करते हो. So this amount is very minimal and compared to अगर आप उस पैसे किसी scholarship के लिए apply कर रहे हो तो this is nothing. Talking about campus life, it was very unbelievable the kind of campus life AIT offers. AIT के अंदर हर religion का जो है उनकी worship space है. There was the masjid, there was a small church, there was a small Hindu praying place. So there is a place for everyone. आपको हर किस्म का जो है वहाँ पे food मिल जाएगा. There were more Pakistani and Indian food places than there were Thai food spaces to eat inside the AIT. आप सारी ग्रोसरी AIT के अंदर कर सकते हो. I had friends जो कि 1 साल के अंदर कोई 2 से 3 बार AIT से बाहर गए होंगे because they just didn't need to go out and उनकी सारी ज़रूरियात AIT के अंदर पूरी हो रही थी. I went a lot even during COVID just for my travel purposes. लेकिन if you just want to be inside, you can. AIT is still a very small place, लेकिन because it's a bit hot, अगर आपको AIT के अंदर एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाना है तो cycle is the easiest thing to do in AIT. And on top of everything, it is a very, very beautiful and biodiverse campus. मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में इतने birds और insects नहीं देखे थे जितने मैंने 1 साल के अंदर AIT के अंदर देखे. It's in between a very green space, so it's a very beautiful place to be living and studying. Speaking of all the expenses, so when I was in AIT, 1 baht used to be like 4 rupees. Unfortunately, this is not the case now. लेकिन still it's not that expensive. तो अगर आपको scholarship मिल रही है यहाँ पर नहीं मिल रही है and scholarship सबकी scholarship amount same नहीं होता. Even when I was there, everybody's scholarship amount was different. So मैं ये नहीं कह सकती कि scholarship के अंदर आपका cover हो सकता है या नहीं because everybody's scholarship is different. मेरी scholarship was comparatively AIT के scale से बहुत ज़्यादा बेहतर थी. लेकिन जो minimum AIT की scholarship होती है उसमें भी अगर आप hand to mouth रहते हैं और like you can survive without घर से पैसे मांग रहे हो जो AIT के basic scholarship है और जो कि by default मिलती है तो you can survive. So accommodation is about 2,000 baht per month and you have to pay it like a rent. आपको अपने bills खुद देने पड़ते हैं and the accommodation and everything is inside the AIT or even AIT के hostels के अंदर वो आपको weekly जो है वो सफाई भी करके देते हैं and then some semester wise आपका जो है वो deep cleaning भी that they offer you bed sheets and stuff, so it's a very good place to live in. Food, it depends कि how much do you spend. लेकिन 1,000 baht के अंदर I guess it was manageable. So total आपका अगर आप scholarship के बगैर भी जा रहे हो and like sometimes they offer you scholarship कि आपको हम ट्यूशन फीस तो दे देते हैं लेकिन आपको अपना रहना वगैरह खुद करना पड़ेगा तो even then if it's a very good opportunity क्योंकि पर मंथ अगर आप पाकिस्तान में भी घर से बाहर रह रहे हो तो आपका इतना खर्चा तो हो ही जाता होगा like hostel and stuff. तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ आपका ट्रैवलिंग का होगा तो it's very much doable. That's all from my side. If anybody has any questions, they can ask. I'll start with the questions in the chat. So Mohammed Abid, there's no minimum requirement for IELTS for AIT, लेकिन it would impact on the scholarship and it depends के comparatively आपके comparison में उस particular program के लिए कितने जो लोग हैं वो apply कर रहे हैं तो उस हिसाब से वो depend करेगा. This year I got a master's development with a particular scholarship was good but not fully funded. Do you have any fully funded opportunities? So about the fully funded opportunities, it's you always have to like bargain. जहाँ से आपको email आती है, let them know कि मैं क्या अपना improve करूँ कि जो है आप मुझे fully funded scholarship दे सकते हैं. So क्योंकि when I was applying मेरे कुछ और friends ने apply किया था तो AIT asked them कि अगर आप अपना English language score improve करते हैं through retaking IELTS or taking AIT's English language exam, so then we can give you a scholarship. So that's how one of the ways आप इसको कर सकते हैं.